Jeremy.
Hey Eric, look at where we are.
We're at the VMworld hands-on labs and there are a lot of people inside.
Yeah, it's the last day of VMworld, and as you can see in the back, we've almost hit the 100,000 virtual machines.
And I believe that there are 10,000 labs already rolled out.
10,000 labs, it's a significant increase over last year, and as you can see, there's still a lot of people. We've got 500 workplaces for everyone to follow the labs. There's also the bring your own devices, so it's buzzing here. And we're going to be doing some interviews to find out everything that happened in preparation and everything that's happening now. Hey everyone, we're here with Andrew, and Andrew is a principal architect for the VMworld Labs.
Yeah.
What does that entail? What do you exactly do for the VMworld Labs? What do you own?
So the Hands-On Labs now is a year-round development program. We begin in February or March getting business requirements from the business units within VMware to understand what it is that they want customers to learn, what messages, key messages do they want customers to get throughout the year. So our first major release of the year is always at VMworld, and we're excited to be sharing these labs this year. 48 lab topics, 230 modules, a lot of man hours went into this, our volunteer army, to get this ready for attendees at VMworld.
Yeah, and I see something new when I look behind me, because normally we would set the room up in one big room and everyone would have sort of the same experience, but I think we have various ways of getting people to experience the labs, right?
Well, absolutely, and as the labs have evolved over years, we've understood that the real value of the room here is not just the content in the labs, but it's the people.
Right.
So we want to encourage interaction between the proctors, the captains, the people who actually built these labs, the experts around these products, and the attendees. So we give them the opportunity in an expert-led workshop. We have 2 this year. We're going to be growing because of amazing demand. Every workshop was full. To put them in a small room with only 20 seats where they can sit down with the content and the experts who created it and who can answer those direct questions. It's a great environment for them to learn. Yeah. And of course we have traditional labs, self-paced labs, and the bring your own device area for attendees that just want to come in and see the content and only want assistance if they raise their hands. So.
Right. So basically it's tailoring to whatever one's needs are for the labs. If you need more hand-holding and you want more direct information, go to one of the instructor-led sessions. If not, use your own device and do what you want there. Is there anything that you can tell about which lab was the most exciting or the most popular? Is there a clear difference, or are all of them about equal?
One of my favorite things about this year's catalog is, while there is still a clear winner, our NSX lab has been the most popular, running for 2 years now. There have been less of that lab delivered this year than last year, but we've delivered 10% more labs overall. Nice. What that means is we're getting penetration into the rest of the catalog.
It's a broader vision, basically.
The second lab this year is vCloud Air's Jumpstart Lab. So users and attendees are very interested in vCloud Air. They put that at the number 2 rating, and we've also got labs, Horizon View is in 3rd place, the vSAN lab is in 4th, and the Performance Lab, a perennial all-star every year, is in 5th. So, you know, we've got a good mix of labs this year for sure.
It's a very broad spectrum, actually. So I think every major topic that VMware's launched or announced this year has gotten in the top 5, which is perfect.
And that's our objective, is to really get good coverage so that users can come here and, like you say, find the experience they're looking for and the content they're looking for.
Perfect. That's all we needed to know for now. Thanks, Andrew.
It was a real pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Even though the labs are available online, there are still a lot of people here doing those labs. So, Pablo, welcome.
Hey, happy to be here. Thank you so much.
How are you?
I am doing phenomenal. We had a record VMworld US, millions and millions of lab minutes, thousands of labs went out. Wanted to make a special shout out to our performance engineering team that really put everything together. They did the scale testing. This is Joshua Schnee that put everything for us. This is why our users have a great experience.
Okay, so there are a few different things in this hall now. I see a special area where you can do an expert-led workshop. Are people willing to be helped by labs, or how does it work?
Oh, this is an incredible story. When we first opened up the expert-led workshops, we were booked 20 minutes into it. So we had to add more workshops. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough for everybody. But the whole value and the benefit of a workshop is that they get to meet the product experts that put the labs together and gain insight from them. So they provide more of an intimate experience. So when a customer comes in, they can ask specific questions about their environment. And it's a very small, intimate setting. So there's a tremendous amount of value in that.
Right. And it's a benefit because you don't have that at home, so you get your extra help here.
Exactly. So again, it's about meeting the experts, having intimate sessions with them, and really getting deep into the products.
Right. And the other area, the focus area, what does it do?
You know, we've had a lot of requests from big customers that send entire teams down. So there'll be 5 to 20 people coming in and they want to take a lab on a specific topic. So they'll come in, they'll take a lab, there's a whiteboard where they have discussions with the experts, and it's just kind of a birds of a feather for hands-on labs. So it's very, very popular.
Right. So these labs are also available online. The current set, is it identical to the labs that are offered here?
No. We have absolutely new labs coming out. We'll be releasing them slowly, middle of September. So please look at our website, hol.vmware.com, and we'll have some great labs for you.
Right. And also the V forums that are held worldwide. I've heard that they are also using these labs online.
Absolutely. So we're basically running labs at every V forum around the globe. So check with your local V forum to see if they're not there. Please request it. They're available for all the V forums in Latin America, Asia Pacific, Europe. So we're global now.
Right. So the URL you mentioned earlier, it gives people access to the labs. Do they have to pay for it, or?
They're absolutely free.
Okay.
We understand that it's very hard to evaluate products. This is absolutely the best way to evaluate products. We also have a concept that we just announced, is HOL in a box. So this is kind of a best practices, guidelines. So if a user's out there want to take a lab or sponsor a workshop, they'll be able to do so. It's absolutely free again. All the information's on our blog site, hol.vmware.com, and they'll get all the tips and tricks and how to do it.
Awesome. Pablo, many thanks.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, that's an awesome moment. 10,000 labs enrolled and still counting. There are so many people still here on the last day of the VMworld doing the hands-on labs. And I'm joined by Joshua Schnee. Joshua, how are you?
Very well, thank you very much.
You are responsible for the inner works of the hands-on lab. So you're testing the performance, you're doing load tests. How do you do it? Because it's amazing. There are 500 people here working in a cloud.
Well, one of the things we do is we try to make sure that the environment is very heavily stressed out well before anybody ever gets on it. So we have a series of applications and benchmarks that we run both at the front end and at the VCD layer to make sure it's great.
Okay, you know the fast eat your own dog food. Are you using VMware tooling to monitor everything, like vCenter operations?
Absolutely. We heavily monitor through VCOps. It gives us a great idea of how well things are being balanced.
Okay, no worries. We just continue. So, load testing, how do you simulate user activity?
Well, we use an application called Selenium, and that allows us to actually drive user clicks through. So the user will log in, select a lab, move the manual, and do all sorts of stuff.
Okay, great.
Just like a real user.
Just like a real user. Okay, so can you tell me something about the locations? Where are these labs hosted?
We have 5 data centers right now, 2 in Santa Clara, 2 in Wenatchee, and 1 in Amsterdam.
One in Amsterdam. So even if, for instance, a V forum is running in Europe, then people can do the hands-on labs but still get the locality of their own continent instead of more latency on the other side of the world?
Absolutely, and that's really what we're proving out. The Amsterdam location is just a trial run for us to make sure that it's up to snuff. That way when we go to VMworld EMEA, it's ready to go.
Okay, so VMworld EMEA will run in Amsterdam. It's what you're saying. Okay. So how many hours did you spend on getting everything up and running? It must be insane.
I can't even calculate that. I don't even know. Okay. Many hundreds of hours.
Okay. I'm glad that you got everything up and running for the people here to do the labs. And big compliments to you, Joshua. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed your VMworld.